I would have to say, Creed is a true author. He has been writing books probably since he was in the, at least the third
Extra
grade.
intelligent, very compassionate when it comes to other people. You know, he's a very caring, loving guy. You know, he loves the children. You know what I'm saying? He's always been to himself, really.
He likes to play around and make weird noises. And then he likes to test me on stuff, and he likes to challenge me and talk to me about things that don't nobody really think about unless somebody else gets them caught on that subject. And then he takes me places, and then he got me in a chess, and he started taking me to chess club.
Orphan III. It's my youngest son and my namesake. I respect the fact that he wants to be called McCreed because he's forged his own identity. So I'm cool with that.
Dude, you know? Born and raised on Geneva, nothing but positive energy comes from you.
He used to walk around all the time, totally in his own little world, with these wrestlers
like, you know what I'm saying, having you a mentor, like, you know what I'm saying, right on standby. You know what I'm saying, somebody that you could talk to, you know what I'm saying, that got insight on something on a higher level of thinking, you know what I'm saying, when you want to step outside of the box, you know
my son, and that insulted me at one time because he had such a wonderful name, Allen III. I thought he would keep that lovely name, but he wanted to be called my Creed. So when people call him my Creed, I acknowledge it. He's my son. I've never called him my Creed, but others call him my Creed.
He developed my Creed from his own thought processes. I guess it was an acronym at first, right? That describes his ability or his willingness to stick by his own code or his own creed. So I think out of that thought came the World Orphan Movement, where he decided to expand and sort of encompass everyone. So it's kind of, my creed is just, to me, the individual that we call Creed is a forward-thinking individual that has his own destiny, that has itself under control.
As far as like the guard camp, but I call him an honorary 5%er. You know what I'm saying? Because the nigga know the language, he know the culture, he know the teachings, and he's about pro-activism. You know what I'm saying? He's about the movement. He's about uplifting black people from their current condition to a better state. And that's what we about. Positive education always correct errors. He's about education. That's why he's writing books. Niggas don't write books no more. Niggas do DVDs, documentaries, videos. The book is gone. Even the book of rhymes is gone. Niggas ain't write rhymes no more. You know what I'm saying? So he's dealing with a lost art. And it's another form of teaching. He got his books in the schools. He mentors and teaches in schools. That's what we about. I ain't even in the schools. You see what I'm saying? So he stands for the same shit I stand for. And that's what we relate on the most, which is the knowledge of self and the education of the people. You see what I'm saying?
African Americans, blacks, Moors, so-called Muslims, Hebrew Israelites, Nation of Gods and Earths, people that consider themselves a minority who were kidnapped from Africa, brought to the United States, South America, the Caribbean islands, you know, people who were snatched away from their motherland, which would be a country, and their fatherly culture, which would be their traditions. You know what I'm saying? We're the only people that consider ourselves a double continent, African American. You understand? You call somebody Chinese, Japanese, they're going to take offense. Why? Because they're a different culture. They eat different foods. They come from a different land. They come from a different mother. And you know, the World Orphan is just recognizing that and realizing that. Once we take that stance, we know that we have to start building these things. So that's what the World Orphan is. And the movement seed is the books. And you know, Detroit, especially, it's a very high literacy rate. So I wanted to go back into that, like making something for not just the young brothers, but the young people in general to relate to, give them a little bit of guidance as to what they up against in life. And in my books, I always capture a condition that I think we need to talk about as a people. So Children of the Residue, the condition is drug abusive parents, and how that child influences the community, how that child performs in school, how that child's values is molded. Test of Love, I'm talking about the idea of love being ideals and motivated by object validation. And when we start looking at people as objects, we lose our humanity. And Last 48 is talking about how we just kill ourselves, you know, the lack of value of life. So those are the things that I'm talking about in my books, because those are everyday conditions that we face that keep us in this space of world orphan. You know what I'm saying? Eventually we should rise above world orphan as a people. We should create our own culture that is productive for us. And of course we should start working on trying to obtain some part of land, or at least our neighborhoods, and making those neighborhoods reflect a positive culture for us. And that's what the World Orphan Movement is.